December. Health landing a man. Have a dream.
At the start of the new century, Americans were feeling good. The dot-com boom was fueling strong economic growth, consumer sentiment was high, unemployment was at its lowest level in 30 years, and heading into his final year in office, President Bill Clinton enjoyed approval ratings around 70%.
We are fortunate to be alive at this moment in history.
Things were so good, Americans largely forgave Clinton's scandals, including his affair with a 22-year-old White House intern. Clinton's deputy, Al Gore, became the Democratic Party's nominee, but he had a problem getting any credit for the Clinton administration's achievements, and when Gore talked about what he'd done as senator and vice president, some people thought he had a tendency to exaggerate.
I took the initiative in creating the internet.
These are computer desks.
In fact, Al Gore had been a leader on technology and the environment, but in the public mind he was kind of serious and even dull.
Mr. Vice President, someone finally bought a copy of your book, sir.
Well, this calls for a celebration.
Gore tried to counter those jokes about his stiffness by telling jokes about his stiffness.
How can you tell Al Gore from a room full of Secret Service agents? He is the stiff one.
Gore's presidential rival, Texas Governor George W. Bush, the son of a former president, somehow seemed more relatable, in part because he didn't seem that bright and represented a break from the past.
Pardon me?
In what way?
Well, I just, I think that people need to be held responsible for the actions they take in life.
Yeah.
I think that...
Go ahead, excuse me.
Well, I think that's part of the need for a cultural change.
And comedians had their fun with Bush too.
I don't know what that was all about. But I will tell you this. Don't mess with Texas.
Faced with a choice between kinda stiff and kinda stupid, the election in November 2000 was the closest in history. Bush led by around 500 votes in the decisive state of Florida when, after 5 weeks of recounts and legal challenges, the US Supreme Court ordered counting to stop, and Gore had no choice but to finally concede.
Don't make no sense to play around.
Let there be no doubt. While I strongly disagree with the court's decision, I accept it. I accept the finality of this outcome, which will be ratified next Monday in the Electoral College. And now, my friends, it's time for me to go.
Can you say goodbye?
What the hell was that?
Less than 8 months into Bush's presidency, America was attacked by mostly Saudi terrorists on 9/11. The administration responded by going to war in Afghanistan and Iraq. By the end of Bush's second term, the US and global economy had crashed, and America and its allies were still at war, and would be for another 12 years. The stakes in the 2000 election were higher than anyone had thought.